Hello there everyone, I'm currently at Alton Towers, fun fact for my first ever solo visit, and today I've decided to set myself a challenge, a really simple one. Can I get on every major coaster in 6 hours? I'm currently in Forbidden Valley, however, you're going to notice something really weird. I'm not going to be there in the next clip. You see, I've gotten this far into the day before realizing I need to film a, an intro. So, I mean, spoiler alert, I go to Forbidden Valley at some point, but yeah, I'm going to suddenly jump to like Wicker Man or something. Don't be jarred by that. Anyway, see you there. Starting off on Wicker Man, which is apparently on a 10-minute queue. I'll have to see it to believe it. I've just come off of Wicker Man. It is a truly splendid ride. I can't believe I ever spoke badly of that. The current next step of my plan is to go to Dark Forest, which is actually right back there, but I'm going the long way around for some reason. Because the queue seems short there. But with Wicker Man out of the way in the first hour of the day, I think it's going to be an easy challenge. I think it's doable. I mean, I'm only here for 6 hours, so we'll have to see. But it's looking good so far. Rita and 13 both seem to be on manageable queues as well. And here we are in Dark Forest. In an ideal world, I get all the coasters done like an hour before I have to leave, because I would like to do Compound again. And maybe also, what's it called? Altonville Mine Tours. So I will say that will take priority over the challenge, but if it's doable, it's doable. And here we are at Rita, it's on 15 minutes, and honestly, based on the length of the queue, I believe that. It's not even into the outdoor bit here. This is maybe doable. Honestly, it's so glad that Rita's open. I never get a chance to ride it, and honestly, when it closed, that scared me a bit, because I thought it wasn't going to reopen. But it is back. I'm going to get this ride in. Hopefully it's not my last, because if it is, it'll be a rubbish day to have my last ride. But we'll see what happens. The queues are looking short across the board. However, that may shift at any moment. So I think for the time being, this might change. But I think I'm going to put myself to the use of one fast track today. And I think, sorry, Rita's flying ahead. And I think I know a certain 2002 flying coaster I'm going to use that on, because I'm not waiting in that single rider. Unless there's no one in it, at which one I will wait in it. Aww. They were just come off of Rita. That ended up taking about half an hour, and I spent the whole ride panicking because I thought I lost my annual pass. It was in my other pocket, turns out, not the one I checked. So I'm gonna have to get another ride on that at some point, probably not today, but I spent the whole ride thinking I just lost my annual pass. But no, it was on me the whole time, never mind. Either way, still a great ride. Would be sad to see it go. It was my first big ride after all. Fun fact for you all. There it goes. There it is. Yeah, would be sad to see it go, but like, they could do better in this spot. I think the whole of Dark Forest needs a Forbidden Valley style makeover. But otherwise, great ride. Anyway, 13's on 50 minutes, so I'm gonna have to hope and pray that the single rider's good. Right, while I head down this queue, I might as well lay out what I think my plan's gonna be. I think next, I'm gonna head down to Forbidden Valley, because, Forbidden Valley's a weird one, because that's kind of always just a free area. The queues there are never long. It's always just fine. So either that or, I mean, X Sector is going to be a problem because Oblivion's only on one station, so it's 50 minutes at the moment. Might have to use my singular fast track on that. But then again, Galactica's got a single rider. Well, so does Oblivion, to be fair, but it's slow as anything, especially on one station. So I'm probably going to have to fast track Oblivion, which I never thought I'd say in my life. But either way, the queue's not looking too bad right now. There we go, just been on 13. Luckily for me, the single rider queue was empty. I was the only one there. I literally had to go and open the chain myself because there was just nobody in the single rider queue. So I had to let myself through. I think I was meant to do that anyway, I hope so now. But either way, like, on and off in 5 minutes. That makes up the absolute travesty that was Rita breaking down for half an hour. We're on pace. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to head I'm probably going to check the app first. But right now I'm thinking X Sector or Forbidden Valley. And yes, those are the only two areas left in the park. I have just listed them. Well, I've just checked the app. Smiler's down, so Forbidden Valley it is. Like I say, I'm currently on incredible pace. I've been here for 1.5 hours. I've got about 5 hours to go-ish. And I've done 3 major coasters, so we'll take that. I'm on spectacular pace. Anyway, Forbidden Valley next. I might even have time to do my original plan of going on some of the scare mazes. I did Compound for the first time, I think, literally about a week ago today. And I'd love to do Altonville Mine Tours as well. So Compound and Altonville Mine Tours, we'll be doing those again maybe. Fine. You know, I don't usually do Subterra because it's bad. But I mean, the fact that this is the only opportunity I'm going to get this year to go on it, might as well do it once a year, you know. That's going to be a solid 20 minutes of my day. That's going to be very well spent standing in a room waiting for a pre-show to start. Let's go! We love some terror. I mean, when the queue's only just back there, yeah, I guess you might as well for the one ride of the year. Egg! Yeah. Egg! I've just come off of Nemesis of Terror. You know, I was playing to it a bit throughout the entire queue where I'd replace all the negative things I'm saying with the like text-to-speech of really positive things. But that was actually really good that time. Genuinely, as much as it takes like 5 minutes for the pre-show to start, from there on, it's a brilliant ride. I forget how good Sub Terror is because I don't do it ever. But that was really good. Was it worth all the time I spent in there? Probably not. Is it going to detriment my progress in this challenge? No, probably not. But it was honestly really good this time round. Either way, I'm thinking... Oh, actually, hang on. The queue is rather long for Nemesis Reborn. Okay, I can't see where the back of it is. So, I'll probably go to Galactica first. And I'll hit Toxicator on the way because, I mean, it wouldn't be a trip to Alton Towers if you didn't go on Toxicator, obviously. Well, I'm hoping the single rider is very short for Galactica. Otherwise, I will just have to go and suck up the Nemesis Reborn queue. Or I can go and jump in the Toxicator queue, which is, well, significantly shorter. I forgot what my point was here. Anyway, there's only like 2 queues at the whole park. I'm just going to have to sit in and wait. And one of them was Wicker Man, so we've already done that. So Nemesis Reborn's the other one because it doesn't have a single rider yet. I do think it's getting it this close season though, or at least I hope it is. So that's the one I'm just going to have to sit in and take. But otherwise, I've gone Galactica for the first time in like... Actually, it hasn't been that long. It's been like a couple months maybe. Spectacular news. The single rider queue is not out of the station. I might not be queuing 15 minutes for this. It might even be 10 minutes. Frankly, I'll take any amount of minutes over the main queue. I'm never waiting in that thing again. Turns out Oblivion's not the only thing on one station today. You go, Galactica. We love a non-functional coaster. I've just come off of Galactica. Sorry if it's a bit loud, Toxicator's going at the moment. The queue for Toxicator is literally empty, so I might as well hop on. I'm half tempted to try the single rider, but it would genuinely be faster going the main queue. So I'm going to do that, and then Nemesis Reborn, and then I can't lie, I'm starving, so I'm going to go back to Tower Street, get food, get on Spinball, and from there I'll figure out my plan from there. Come off Toxicator, it was brilliant as always. Nemesis Reborn is currently on about 45-ish minutes, but Oblivion's gone down to 10 minutes. So they could have reopened the second station for all I know. So I'm thinking, as I did allow myself one fast track, you might remember back in the Rita queue, I could use that on Nemesis Reborn. 45 minutes isn't a long queue, definitely. It doesn't even look like 45 minutes. Not that I can see it from here. I can see Corkscrew, but that's about it. But from what I saw on Toxicator, it doesn't look like a very long queue. So I could just not use the fast track, which I mean, is great news for me. I saved £12, but I don't. Maybe it's just, frankly, I want to get down to like Oblivion before it gets back up to 50 minutes. So is it best to fast track Nemesis, or do I just wait it out? I've got these tough choices. Oh god, it's so hard being me, and I've got so many tough choices. Do I go on Nemesis or Oblivion? Shucks. Okay, I don't know why I went down there, but from what I saw, I think the back of the queue isn't too far along. It's looking like maybe about 25 minutes. So great. Guess who's not spending £12? Me! Hello? And I think I know what that £12 can go towards. I'm going to do both Compound and, I keep forgetting what it's called, Onville Mine Tours today. And £12 can go towards that now. And of course, with a challenge like this, it does raise the question, should I do Runaway Mine Train? I'm not doing Octonauts because I don't want to go and see BB's Land. I don't look like a weirdo, but do I do Runaway Mine Train? I mean, well, I'm on pace, definitely. I've got like 4 hours left to do like 3 coasters. Because I'm very much so on pace. I'm doing great right now. I'm set, I need to leave at 5. It's currently 1:30 and I've done, what, about half the major coasters, maybe more. Oh yeah, no, there's no queue up here, we're good. Yeah, I'll probably do Runaway Mine Train as well then. Might as well, it is a coaster. Yeah, look at this, completely empty, back up to there. Thank God I didn't use the fast track on this. I mean, I can either, well, like I said, I can either use it to fund a scare maze, or I can use it on something else later if I want to redo a ride but the queue's too long. Thank you me, I have just described how a fast track works. Okay, I was wrong. I, the very smart uni student, forgot how to read the time. Fortunately, I'm not doing a degree in time reading, so we're fine on that regard. I have 3.5 hours, not 4. But that is still a ridiculous amount of time to do the coasters that were left. I've come off of Nemesis Reborn. As expected, it's a brilliant ride. It's like the 3 rules of the universe. The sky is blue, the sea is also blue, and Nemesis Reborn is a brilliant coaster. Okay, I'm heading down towards Tower Street now to get some food because I am starving. But first, I mean, we're not going to Castle Manor. I mean, I might as well go on Castle Manor while I'm here. And I mean, I'll say hello to Compound on the way by, I guess. And as for Compound, it's currently 2. Ideally, I want to be done with the challenge by like 3, half 3, 4 at a push. So then I have time to come to Compound, maybe go to Alton Mine Tours. I think I will do that one as priority. But if I have time, I'll come back and do Compound again. Because it was brilliant last week. It's going to be brilliant again, obviously. Even though I think personally, from what I've heard, I think I got a pretty rubbish run last time. So if I can get one of the more intense routes, that'd be brilliant. But like I say, I'll come back to this when it's open for the start. But also just when, if I have time, I'll come back to Compound. But I'm definitely doing Alton Mine Tours. I'm going to make it a priority. But either I'm going to head down to Spinball next and then go to X Sector. And then I think that'll be about everything. And Runaway Mine Train, I forgot about that. Maybe Runaway Mine Train as well, depending on the queue. We'll see. I'm in the queue for Castle Manor. Just met Digital Dan, which I'll throw a picture of now. I mean, love the guy. Very excited to meet him. That is now, I think, probably... that's 3 theme park content creators I've met now. One day, I'll know I've made it when that's me. When people are like, want to take pictures of me. That's the dream one day. That's when I'll know I made it. Anyway, back to the challenge. I've got about 2 hours, 45 minutes left until I need to leave. I've just looked at the queue for Runaway Mine Train. All of a sudden, that's no longer part of the challenge. And no, I'm not paying for a fast track. I'm not that committed to this. Anyway, like I say, I'm going to head to go get food. And then, what else am I going to do? I'm going to go to X Sector. That's next. Guess who's going back through Katanga Canyon to go rent out a power bank? How did you guess it was me? I don't know when battery's gone. It has vanished. There we go. I may be the first person in recorded history to ever actually have to rent out one of the power banks from the rent out power bank thing. Yeah, my phone battery just completely disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. So I'm going to have to factor this in now. I'm going to have to maybe throw it back in when I go to Compound later. Fantastic news. Food has been secured. Let's go! Right, I'm probably going to go to Spinball and then I'll do X Sector. And then from there on, Scare Mazes. Yeah. If I have time, I might go and look at, like, I don't know, a smaller ride. But, I mean, I'd like to see this challenge through. But ultimately, if I do run out of time, like, the Scare Mazes are going to take priority because I would love to go... Well, I want to go back through Compound and I want to do Alton Mine Tours for the first time. So, yeah. I'm in the Spinball Wizard queue now. You may notice the main queue and not the single rider. This is probably for the first time, maybe ever, the main queue is shorter than single rider. There's no one up there for some reason. So, I mean, we'll take this. I thought I was going to have to queue like half an hour for this and I have no time for anything else. But, you know, we'll take a practically walk on Spinball Wizard. And it's just started raining, so this is going to be a very interesting ride. As for what I think the future is for Spinball Wizard, I don't think it's got much of one, to be honest. Like, I don't think it's directly on the chopping block. Like, sorry, very loud. I don't think it's like directly on the chopping block, but I do think it's going to go at some point soon. I mean, CBeebies Land has to expand somewhere. Is it going to like re-theme Spinball? I mean, I'd love to see it, maybe. Is it going to tear down Spinball and put like 4 family drop towers in this place? Probably. Personally, I don't think this has got long left. I think there's obviously candidates that are going to be more likely to be removed, like Rita and Galactica. I think they're probably going to go first. But this ain't got long left, I don't think. And as if the universe is out to spite me immediately after getting in the queue, it's gone down because of said rain, which has now stopped. So I'm going to give it 5 minutes and see what happens. Apparently it's going to take 15 minutes just for them to make sure the track's all dry. But frankly, that is 15 minutes that could be spent in the smartest single rider. So I'm going to go do that instead. I might come back to Spinball. If not, what do you mean? It never counted in the challenge anyway, obviously. It was never part of this challenge. Now, if I can't go on Spinball, I will admit I failed the challenge. My bad, guys. But I'm going to try the best I can. But yeah, either way, it's down for like at least 15 minutes now. And here I am. It's the law of this one. You have to do the smiler at least once when you're at Alton Towers. So yeah, I'm thinking this, maybe Oblivion, then the Scare Mazes. There we go, had an absolutely splendid ride on Smiler, as always. I'm now in the single rider queue for Oblivion. I'm not 100% if I'm going to do it yet. I'm going to see where the single rider is because it moves very slowly. But I have an idea for the Scare Mazes. I'll get to it later once I get to the Scare Mazes. Hang on, wait, are they running 2 stations? That will fully determine if I am or I'm not going to use a single rider here. Hang on. Right. I am not giving up the challenge now. I'm in the main queue. I've just come off of Oblivion. Once again, as I said, for every single ride here, it was brilliant, you know. However, I have about an hour and 15 minutes to go until I need to leave. And of course, if you're watching, that leaves one ride, Spinball. Now you might be thinking, an hour and 15... Sorry, Smile is very loud over there. I'll be thinking, an hour and 50 minutes is plenty of time to do Spinball. Not if you're me. I have bought the Thrills combi. I know, right? I caved in, I bought it. I'm going to do all 3 scare mazes and then do Spinball, if I have the time. So I'm prioritising the scare mazes because frankly I'd rather do them than Spinball. So if I have time at the end, we'll see if I actually complete the challenge. Look at me go, accidental viewer retention measures. Look at me go. Anyway, I'm going to head to Alton Mine Tours first. Then I'm going to do Edge of the Forest and I'll finish up with Compound. And then we'll see if I have time to Spinball Wizard at the end. Let's go! So I'm just making my way over to Alton Mine Tours now. I did Compound, like I said, about this time last week, and I absolutely loved it. So honestly, I can't wait to just do the other 2 scare mazes, and then Compound again to see if I get a better route this time. Because I heard the stories about people get like locked in cages, have like crawl around. I didn't get any of that, so I'd love to see it. I'm going to try and go down the opposite way this time. Either way, heading on to Altonville Mine Tours. Woo. Here we are, Altonville Mine Tours, Tiny's Revenge. I like to say this is my second ever scare maze, and I am very excited for this. I've heard very good things about this one, even if it has been here for like 10 years, but I'm still very excited. This is just a note, all of my reviews of the mazes in this video are going to remain as spoiler free as possible. I will then make later reviews which will go into more depth about the mazes, but for now I'm going to say, there might be some like scares came from over here, but I'm not going to talk about any specifics to the maze. Oh my god, I've just come out of Alton Mine Tours. That is insane. Wow, I mean, that, at the moment, that is above Compound for me. That was so good. I can't even like describe it. I was just being like jumped out at, grabbed like, from every possible angle, and I didn't see any of it coming. Like, it was so dark in there at times. I think I reached out and actually touched one of the actors, and it was absolutely terrifying. That was amazing. Oh my god. And it just kept going. That was a really long maze. Like, I'd say about like a good couple minutes long. It just kept going. It was insane. And the theming in there is also amazing. That is some of the best theming I think I've seen on anything at Alton Towers. I can see how that has lasted 10 years. It is insane. It's brilliant. Wow. Anyway, I think we're going to do Edge of the Forest next, as it is the closest. I will say, regarding Edge of the Forest, it is probably the one I have the lowest expectations for, just based on what I've heard. It sounds very repetitive, but I'd love to go and try it and give it my own opinion. But wow, Alton Mine Tours was insane. I didn't think that would be better than Compound, but at the moment it is. Obviously I've got a Compound rerun later, so we'll have to see what it's like then, but wow. I mean, I'll say it again, that was ridiculous. Like, there was people jumping out from like above me, below me, like all around me. They were like grabbing me. I walked through and like 4 different people all just sort of went like that to me. It was very strange. It was amazing. Right now I'm on to Edge of the Forest. Here I am at Edge of the Forest. Of course, as mentioned, this is the one I'd say I probably have the lowest expectations for, but that means it has the most room to surprise me. So I'm very excited going into this. Let's go. I forgot to film the queue for the last one, but the queue was very well themed as well. This queue is, I mean, it's less themed. There's very scaffolding, but like it is very atmospheric with all the trees and the lighting. It does look nice. Either way, I'll see you when I come out of the maze. And there we go. I've just come out of Edge of the Forest. That was good. I will say, it was definitely better than I thought it was going to be. It was repetitive, don't get me wrong, but once it stopped being repetitive, it got really good. I think it's probably not worth £16, but once it drops down to 14, that could probably be worth it. Or if they ever bring it down to like 10, then yeah, definitely give it a go. It was better than I thought it was going to be. It is probably the weakest of the 3 for me still, but overall it was better than I thought it was going to be. I've just walked really far down this path for some reason, recording an earlier bit. I'm going to walk all the way back up the path and all the way over to Compound now. which is the last of the 3 scare mazes. Will I have time for Spinball Wizard? I don't know, because it's not that time yet, but be patient. Right, here we go, dropped off the power bank, and now it's time to go to Compound for my second run through. And then, who knows, might even make it to Spinball Wizard. If not, oh well, I've lost. If I've not really lost, because I've done all the major coasters. Spinball hardly even counts, but like, either way, here we go to Compound. I'm going to try and go the opposite way to the way I went last time, see if I can get a, I don't know, a different run through. And there we go. I've just come out of Compound, my second run ever. Wow, I fought my way to go the other way this time. Like, I didn't care where they threw me in a particular place. I would fight my way back. I just kept kind of looping around the room until they sent me the way I wanted to go. Am I meant to do that? Probably not. But I'm not paying £40 to go the same way again. So. But yeah, I don't know how many routes there are, but I've now had 2 of... There might be 4. I saw some more doors, who knows. Yeah, I've now had 2 separate routes. I think that one... I think the first run through was better than that one. And, yeah, I'll go into more detail in my separate review video. But as it stands, my current ranking of the 3 scare mazes is probably Edge of the Forest is the worst of the 3. Doesn't mean it's bad, it's just the worst of the 3. Then it's probably Compound, which is amazing, but it's just not quite as good. So Wickerman's very loud up there. Compound is amazing, but it's not quite as good as number 1, which is definitely Altonville Mine Tours. That one was incredible. That one was like leagues above Compound, in my opinion. Like I don't think even the perfect run to a Compound could get close to how good Altonville Mine Tours was. Am I glazing a 10-year-old maze? Yes, I am. Oh, it was just brilliant. I loved it. Anyway, I have some heartbreaking news to give to you. I do not have time for Spinball. So therefore, I have kind of failed the challenge. But at the same time, I could just say I did all the major coasters. Then everyone would agree. Because Spinball is not a major coaster. But I think it's more important to look at what I have done today. That being all of the major coasters, which is all the coasters excluding Runaway Mine Train, Octonauts and Spinball. And all 3 scare mazes in one day. I'd say that's pretty good. All from like 10:30 to 5. I'd say that's pretty good going. So anyway, that is now the end of the video. Let me know if you enjoyed this sort of weird vlog style of video. I literally very rarely do vlogs, let alone to this level of detail. But I've had a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful time watching. Goodbye.